Hello, how are you? Welcome to our January 2024 Night Angels Global Video Hub. I'm Jennifer Kirk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Guelph, Ontario, and that's in Canada. So the theme for this month's hop is celebration. So for those of you that don't know, celebration is currently going on until February 29th. It is leap year 2024. And it is an amazing time to shop with Stamping Up. We get free stuff. So with every $60 increment of an order before tax and shipping, and that's in Canada. So every country will have a different qualifying amount. So in Canada, it's $60 or it's $120. And you get to choose a free item out of the celebration brochure. And there's lots of items in here. There's stamp sets, there's embossing folders, there's embellishments, there's ribbons, there's dies, there's so many things to choose from. So this theme is celebration. So I am going to turn you over and we are going to play with the detailed dogwood stamp set. So the detailed dogwood stamp set is what we call a level 2. So it's with a $120 order. You can choose the detailed dogwood, and it is just an amazing stamp set. I've had so much fun playing with it. So let's get to it. I'm going to switch you over to my desk and let's get stamping. All right. Let me get rid of this banner so it's not in the way. All right, guys. Okay, so as you can see, the stamp set does not have any sentiment. So you would just use whatever stamp set that you have. Okay, but there's some really nice focal images. This is perfect, and we're going to be doing this tonight. This is perfect for a collage type stamp. All right, so we're going to do a couple of different techniques. We're going to do collage. We're going to do some distressing. I call it grunge stamping. We're going to do some grunge work. And then we're also going to do some coloring on a focal point. All right, so let's get started. This video might be a little bit long, so let's go. Okay, so basically you just need, I'm using Gorgeous Grape for our card base. It's just a regular piece of paper cut in half and folded in half. And then I have Fresh Freesia, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And then basic white for the inside, and that's 5 1/4 by 4. And then you'll need some basic white for some stamping and your sentiment as well. Okay, so let's just pull this one out and let's get messy. Okay, so I should have pulled these out before. We are going to be using Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, and Gorgeous Grape on this card. So we're going to start off with the Fresh Freesia. So we are going to be doing kind of tone on tone to begin with. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to randomly stamp images, okay, from the stamp set. So just going to stamp them. You want them going in all different directions. You don't want them, you want them off the page. Just have some fun. Okay, and then we'll grab the next one. Oops. That's okay. On this kind of stamping, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I want some dragonflies before I run out of room. They're so pretty. Okay. You don't have to fill up every single nook. You don't have to use every stamp. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our blending brush, and I'm just going to add some dirt. I'm just going to sponge. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be equal. we're just really, we're going to keep adding color and depth to the card. Some people will like rip the edges. I'm not a very good edge ripper, so I'm just going to keep the edges a little bit darker. Okay, so I started off with the lightest color. I will clean my stamp sets just because I don't want, oops, I don't want to dirty my next color that we're going to use. So I'm just using my Stampin' Scrub here. Okay, do it really quick. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with, let's put this where I can reach it without going in front of you. I'm going to come in with Highland Heather, which is the next darkest color. Okay, we're going to add some other stamps. Yeah, gorgeous this one is. It's perfect for what we're doing. Okay, do that. Let's add some hatches. Maybe we'll go this way. Okay, and again, just add as much stuff as you want, or as little as you want. You don't have to have it as full on as I'm doing it. And then I'm going to bring in my blending brush again. And because I started light with Fresh Freesia, I have one that's dedicated to purples. I don't need to wash it. Okay, if I started with the Gorgeous Grape, I would need to wash it before going down. But because I'm going light to dark, I am good. And so I'm just kind of bringing color in. Okay, leaving some light spots, making some spots darker than others. Okay, and you could stop there if you want. I'm going to do a couple of Gorgeous Grape, just so that now I don't know where I put my stamp cleaner, just so that I bring in my card base, which I'm using as Gorgeous Grape. Okay, what other stamp did I use? I used this guy. This thing is so easy to wash too. You just stick it underneath the tap, all the ink runs out, and you let it dry, and you're good to go for your next time. All right. Okay. Gorgeous Grape. So, I don't know how dark I want this. You can go on top. Okay. Do you see how I'm just kind of randomly going in all different spots? I'm really just, I'm making grunge. Just doing up some grunge. Okay, and let's put a flower. And then I think we're pretty good. I've used almost every stamp in the stamp set. All right. No, we're good. We're good. We'll stop. I could keep going. Actually, I still need this open. So let me clean these before we drop my project in it, because you know that is something that I will do. I will put my basic white in the purple. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring in some Gorgeous Grape. Again, making some areas darker than others. So I call this grunge stamping, but some people call it collage. Okay, and there we go. Isn't that neat? So I do want to have a little bit of darkness around the outside, just to, I don't know why, but so all I'm going to do is come direct with my stamp pad, and I want some big splotches. Okay, so I did that on purpose. Oops, that one was a bit big. Didn't mean to do that big, but you know. And we're just adding some color. Okay, so again, it just adds a little bit more depth to it. And that, my friends, is our background. So we will be putting that right on here. Okay. So now what we want to do is do check your fingers, because you do get dirty doing this. Is we want to bring in some scrap paper, and we are going to stamp the big dogwood. Now, I'm doing purple dogwoods. Most dogwoods are white and some have a little bit of pink on them. Do you see this? I cut myself with my bread knife. Who would have thought your bread knife was sharp? Okay, so all I'm going to do, I want this to be 2 different colors. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Right markers. These are water-based. They're not our blends. Okay, we do have markers for every color. And I'm just going to color directly on this stem. So I'm going to do purple flowers and green leaves. Okay, I'm just deciding, do I want to change it? No, we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it, because then you guys don't have to watch me fussy cut. Now, it is a little bit, especially for me, when I don't wear my glasses, it may be a little difficult to differentiate what, like, especially when you get into this area, what's a leaf and what isn't. So I'm going to just look at the stamp set while I color. All right, so let's move this out of the way. I'm going to start with my purple, and I'm just going to color the flowers. Okay, we have 2 different tips. We have a writing tip and a paintbrush tip. So I'm using the paintbrush tip. I'm on the side, and I'm just coloring in where I want it to be purple. This is a great way, if you don't have a lot of inks, to be able to have a whole color family, because you can buy the whole color family. Okay, so now I'm looking over here, and there's a bulb in here between the leaves. Okay, and then this is a half open bulb in here. I think that's a leaf. We'll see. It might look funny. Okay, and then we have our last flower here. Okay. And I could do these flowers different colors if I wanted to. I could do the middles a different color. Okay, so you just make sure you've got all the areas that you want purple. And then I'm going to bring my Granny Apple Green, and again I'm going to use the paintbrush side, and I'm going to color in my leaves and my stems. You don't want to be touching where you've done purple, because then you'll get brown, because you don't want to make all those colors. Okay, and then I have a leaf coming out this way. I have leaves up here. Leaves here. So there are no dies that go with this. So you do need to fussy cut if you want to cut it out, which we are going to be doing. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, one more. Hopefully I'm getting good coverage. Again, I forgot to put my glasses on, and they're not near the computer, so this might be interesting. All right. I think I got them all. Okay, so before we go and stamp this, what we want to do is we want to reactivate some of the purple that may have dried. So I'm just going to huff on it. I'm just going to breathe. Okay, and then we're just going to stamp it. And there you go. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Now, I had done a couple and I had started them with blends, and it just, this is very detailed. That's why, I guess why it's called a detailed dogwood. And I found that the blends were just a little bit too vibrant for this card, right? Because I wanted this to be kind of stand out from the messy background. So I'm bringing in my watercolor pencils. So I just have the Gorgeous Grape, and I'm just going to, I'm not going to color it totally in. I'm just going to highlight some of the areas dark. Okay. You could color it totally in if you wanted. I don't think you guys want to be here for 5 hours watching me do one card though, do you? Don't think so. All right. I should have sharpened this before the video. Okay, and I want dark in here. So basically, Stampin' Up's artists have made this really easy. They've given us shading already, so we really just have to follow what their artists have done. Oh yeah, glasses would have been good for this. I hope I'm coloring the leaves, the flowers. Okay. Don't you love getting old? Actually, it's a privilege to be getting old. All right, a little bit more. Almost there. Told you this card was going to be a bit long. All right, so I think that's all the purple. And then we're just going to do the same thing with the Granny Apple Green. Might actually bring in some Old Olive too. And just, I'm going to do the dark parts Old Olive. I'm doing this really quickly. You could actually take your time and really shade these with different highlights and lowlights, but oh, I just need to sharpen this one too. Okay. But again, I don't think you guys want to be here for 10 hours watching me color. Although it's a great way to spend an afternoon. All right. Okay, I'm gonna come in with, do the stem with Old Olive, so the stem's a little bit darker. And the highlighted spots. Now again, you could do this with blends if you wanted, and it would be beautiful. I wanted it a little bit softer though, just because the background is so obnoxiously grungy. Oops, forgot this one. All right, so you can leave it like this. I did do one here where I colored it in. Okay. Oh, I did. I brought in a mango. What is this? Melon Mambo, and did the middles. What I'm also going to do is I'm just going to bring, this is barely wet, I'm just going to bring in a little bit of water and just smudge it. Okay, this is normal basic white, so I don't want a lot of water because I won't hold the water very well. But I'm just smudging my watercolor pencils just to soften it up a little. I love this, the look of doing this. Okay, so again, my brush is barely wet. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So if I colored it all in, they went a lot darker, and this is much lighter. All right. To clean this, all you do is do that, and then it's done. So now we can fussy cut. I actually like this one a lot better than this, but I won't make you sit here and watch me cut it. So I've pre-cut this. And so now we need to decide. I've also cut 2 shapes from the, oh my goodness, I forget the name, and I don't have my dies near me. I'll put it in the post. Okay. This is another new set from the mini. So let's stamp our sentiment so we can figure out what we want to do. So we're going to stamp our sentiment. Our sentiment is sending thanks, and that's from the Stippled Roses. I love the font on here. So we're going to use sending thanks. I don't even have my catalog near me to look it up. Okay, we'll just stick that right in the middle. Okay, so now we need to decide, do we want this big guy in here? So what I was thinking is something like this. Or do we just want something like this? What do you guys think? That? If we do this, I think we need a ribbon, because otherwise everything is just floating. If we do this, it's too chunky. Okay, we're going to do this and a ribbon. Now what ribbon? We don't have a purple. We don't have a purple, but we do have a white. I think it's still available on our online exclusives. Do we want this? Sorry, I guess I should have designed this card before the video. Yeah, I think that's pretty, eh? We'll just do that. And then put some bling on. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. That is what we're gonna do. So we just need this. I'm just going to tuck it around. We could even put a bow on here if we want. So I'm just going to put it around here and stick some seals. Seals back in stock. Yay. I was getting worried. I was getting low. And let's put this one here. Oops. You could even, if you wanted even more grungier, you could even take your water painter and flick water on it. Actually, you know what? Let's do that with Winkastella. Take our wink, move our stuff out of the way, and I'm just going to flick some wink on here. You could do this with your with a water as well, and what it does is it takes the ink and it makes like splotches, so it makes it even grungier looking. But because we have sparkle in here, I think the sparkle in the back would be pretty. All right, so let's pop her up, eh? I think we're going to pop her up. Okay. So we need some dimensionals. I've been going through all my paper pumpkin boxes and putting them in envelopes, so I have a whole bunch of extra dimensionals now lying around. Okay, I want a mini up here. Hopefully my dog doesn't start barking. He's in here and somebody just came downstairs. Okay, let's pop that out of the way, although I'm going to need that again. I'm claustrophobic, too much stuff around me. You guys can't see the disaster around me. I have step camp preparation going on. I have class preparation going on. A couple of video hops. All right, so we're going to stick this here. We're going to pop this guy up. We're almost done. Oh, we haven't even done the inside. Huh. And I don't have a sentiment for the inside. We have to figure out what we're going to do. This is called Stampin' on the Fly. Okay. You know what? We have some gorgeous purple embellishments in the mini that go with lavender set. So let's I probably have an open pack of these already. All right. I want the light ones, I think. Put one right in the flower. That's perfect. These are so pretty. There we go. So cute. Okay. That's that. Now we can stick this on top of here. Oh, am I out of glue? I am out of glue. Almost. All right. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? I think this would be really pretty with the ones that we colored tonight that are a little bit lighter. This would show off a little bit more. So pretty. It needs a bow. It needs a bow or it needs a knot. Let's try bow. My fingers are not going to work for me. I can tell you that right now, just with the way the bow's going. So maybe we won't put a bow on. My fingers need to cooperate. Okay. Are you kidding me? It's not going to be a pretty bow. Okay, so I'm just going to keep tightening it up and twisting it around and hope where we land, it's workable. I'm not a good bow tire. Yes, that's perfect, just like that. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And we are going to glue dot it to the front. Okay, so sending thanks. Oh, see, I got ink. Actually, it's not ink. It's the sparkles coming out of the ribbon. There we go. So pretty. A little bit of bling. We don't need that piece of bling. Okay, so basic white. What did I do with you? Did I stamp on my basic white? Where did I put you? I lost my basic white for the inside. So we will just cut one. I had it. I know I had it at the beginning of the video. So it's probably underneath something. Okay, so we just need 4 by 5 1/4. And okay, so I have sending thanks. So what do we want for the inside? We want, oh, of course I'm not going to be able to find anything. Let's see. I really appreciate you. That will be perfect. So this is another celebration set. This one actually comes with a gorgeous embossing folder. That's not, I really appreciate you. It's this one. I'll be showcasing that another time, but the embossing folder, I use it almost on every project now. Okay, so gorgeous grape. We're almost done, guys. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate you. And I think I want to do fresh freesia. Bring a little bit of the lighter purples to the inside. I'll just stick this down like that. Yeah, I shouldn't have done fresh freesia. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring in some gorgeous grape. There we go. And then, not gorgeous grape, sorry. This is Highland Heather. I'm just going to sponge it. Sorry, the fresh freezer was a little too pink, I think, for the inside to be on its own. There we go. So we can pop this on to the inside of our card. And I have another thank you card done. Woohoo! Okay. Let's try and get this straight. That would work. So what do you guys think? I hope you have enjoyed learning or stamping along with me to make a grunge background. And yeah, so let me switch over. All right, so thank you guys, and I hope to see you next month. Make sure that you hop on over to some of the other people from the Night Angels video hop and see what they're sharing from Sale-a-bration. So take care, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.